All right, back for another beer review, and today I'm reviewing yet another collaboration beer, this time between the Finback Brewery out of Queens, New York, and Hidden Springs Ale Works out of Tampa, Florida, and this is their Surf Cooler. So they're calling this a sour ale with pineapple, cherry, pear, and orange. Comes in at 5.5% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in the time of review. This can is just over 6 weeks old. So, yeah, sounds like this might be an awesome beer. Sour ale with pineapple, cherry, pear, and orange. Like I said, it's a collaboration with Hidden Springs Ale Works, and they're out of Tampa, Florida. I've had a couple collabs with them. I think one, maybe other one from Finback, maybe one or two from Other Half. Never had a beer straight from Hidden Springs, but yeah, pretty excited. It says be fresh and drink now. It's not the freshest, just over 6 weeks old, but we should be all right. And yeah, so there's not much more to say about it. Let's crack this open and get into it. I usually flap my gums about all kinds of stuff, but you know, just let's pour this open. Pour this open. Pour this in the glass. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not sitting here talking more than I need to be, because it's a terrible review already. Let's just say that. Pours out a really weird color that has like really deep orange. Yeah, it has like a really deep orange color to it, but there's like pinkish hues definitely in the head. Had about a half finger, now dissipating to a thin film of like this really lightly pink head to it. But that color looks really weird. It's like neon. I don't know how it's gonna come off on camera. Probably dull, like most of the time, but yeah, it's like orange and pink and just weird color to it. Very murky and turbid. And imagine all those fruits. Yeah, it's gonna make the head dissipate to pretty much nothing. Let's get a nose. Picking up cherry and the pear. It said pineapple, cherry, pear, and orange, right? Definitely the cherry, definitely the pear. It kind of reminds me of those fruit cups you get, you know, in the sauce already, or in the, you know, the whatever it is, but you know, it's cherries and it's pears and sometimes grape. That's kind of what I'm smelling here in the nose, is like that fruit cup. Yeah, definitely like the fruit cup. That's cool. Not really getting the pineapple. I mean, pineapple a lot of times are part of the fruit cups. I mean, this is basically like a fruit cup, right? Pineapple, cherries, pears, and oranges. But I'm really getting just the cherry and the pear. The orange and the pineapple is not really apparent on the nose. Definitely smells slightly acidic and like it's going to be tart, maybe even sour, which is a rarity. So many sour beers nowadays, I smell them like a little bit of tartness. This smells like it's going to be full on tart. Yeah, nothing else really going on. Just smells like a really refreshing like fruit drink. So let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. That's pretty good. Body on this one's like lower side of medium to medium body, which is a bit bigger than I thought at 5.5%, and it being just a straight on sour. Mouthfeel, crisp, clean. Yeah, pretty clean aside from there's a little bit of an acidic, slightly tart characteristic on the back, but we'll just go crisp, relatively clean, and quite refreshing. This is easy to drink. Flavor-wise, there isn't a ton here though. The cherry gets kind of lost a little bit. I'm getting more of the orange, more of the pineapple. So it kind of did a complete 180. It was like all cherry and pear in the nose, but in the taste, I'm getting really this like acidic, tart, vibrant orange character. Getting a little bit of like a sweeter pineapple, but this one is all about like a firm tartness. It doesn't approach sour level, but there's a firm tartness overall. A little bit of a base graininess. Those, you know, the pineapple and the orange is kind of omnipresent on the entire palate. Maybe a little bit of cherry on the finish. Really no pear to speak of. Finishes with a little bit of dryness, a decent amount of an acidic kick. I don't feel like I'm going to have heartburn or like acid reflux by the end of this can, because it's not too tart. It's not too acidic. Very easy to drink though. Not much going on though, but just be honest with you. 4 different fruits, base sour ale. Yeah, I'm picking up 2 or 3 of the fruits. I'm not getting them all in the taste. And it's not overly complex. It's a pretty simple fruited sour. Is this refreshing? Yes. Is this crushable? Yes. Would I buy this again? Probably not. So I'm going to give, well, I'll tell you why I'm not going to buy it. Usually my scale, 3.5 and above I'd buy again. Under 3.5 I wouldn't. I'll tell you why I won't buy it. And has nothing to do with the actual rating this time around. So rating on Surf Cooler from Finback and Hidden Springs, I'm going to give this a low 3.75. I'm going to go 3.7 out of 5 on this one. So on my scale, typically I mean I'd buy it again, but I wouldn't. And the reason for that is I don't remember what the price at the actual brewery was, but I think I paid high fours, $4.50 to $5 a can for this. So that means probably the cans were $16 to $18, somewhere in that range at the brewery. And just honestly, even at $4 a can, I wouldn't buy this again. Why? I've had way better beers from Finback. I've had way better sours in general for cheaper prices or similar prices. So I'm happy I tried this once, but this is one of the few Finback beers over the past, year and a half that I had that is kind of underwhelming to me. I wouldn't revisit this one. This is not something I would buy and even send out to, a fellow beer tuber if we did like a beer exchange, or like my buddy Jeff, aka No Jinx. We do a lot of beer mail exchanges. I wouldn't grab this one. There's way better Finback beers. I'm not like overly disappointed in this one. I don't think it's a bad beer. I just think at, what I paid for, $55 a can. I bought it at One Stop Brew Shop in Rochester, New York. Huge shout out to those guys. Fantastic bottle shop. If you're ever in Rochester, hit them up. But, they go to Finback, they bring back beers, and they're going to charge, an extra 50 cents to $1 per can because they have to make money somehow. So if you're paying $16 to $18 a 4-pack at the brewery, at One Stop Brew Shop, you're paying, probably around $20 a 4-pack, and that's not worth it. What is in my glass and in this can isn't worth it to me, but a low 3.75 out of 5, which would be a 3.7 out of 5, I think is a fair score based on what I'm drinking. You factor in everything else, it's probably under a 3 out of 5, or 3.5 out of 5. But anyway, I'm just rambling now. Availability, Finback, brewery only, some bottle shops and distributors will get stuff in New York and sell it. It's rare, it doesn't happen a lot. And then I think these trickle out in Massachusetts, surrounding states, but Finback doesn't have wide distribution as of right now, hopefully in the future. And so 5.5%, easy drinking, can't really taste the alcohol, nice fruit flavors in this one. Overall, a pretty decent fruited sour ale. 3.75 out of 5 is the best I can do. But at the end of the day, way better beers from Finback, way better fruited sours in general that I can drink even locally. So I would not revisit this, but that doesn't mean I don't love Finback anymore, because Finback is awesome. They have been killing it for the past pretty much couple years, and I will continue to buy every new beer that I see from them to give them a go, because they're just that damn good. So if you've had this one, let me know what you think about it, and appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review. To the next one. Cheers.